Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Dash. Of course, double honors go out to the apostles, great millstone, bishops and elders who deserve double honors. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity, trying to wake up the remaining hopefully elect. This is Nama of the DC camp. Just a short video going into this feminism bullshit. And this video I'm about to play is one of these rare occasions where, hey, the woman speaks out. You're seeing that, I say rare, but yeah, still, but you're seeing more and more of this. Women coming to the forefront. You know what? This is bullshit because they're realizing that they've been set up. All right. And they're seeing the writing on the wall, so to speak. And their future looks mighty bleak because they played this bullshit ass game for decades now. Not all of them, of course, but they fed into that philosophy. All right. And then we're going to get into a little of the roots of that feminist or feminazi bullshit. And yeah, that should be it. Give a few scriptures. But let's go ahead and roll this.
I find it funny how my black sisters want to leave comments saying that I'm disrespecting y'all. I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm checking y'all because can't nobody tell the black woman when she's going wrong. Nobody's perfect. I'm sorry that I know my position and my role. God did not send me
Know
to
your
earth as
role.
a man, so I'm not going to try to be one.
Uh huh.
I'm a woman and I see us treating our men wrong. It is a man's job to check a man and it is the woman's job to check the women. I'm not here to check men because I'm not a man. And that's part of the issue in the black community. Nobody knows their role. Men are trying to be women and the women are trying to be the men. Period. We need to learn our role and our position. If you were at your job, are you going to try to check your boss about their role? No, you play your role and you go about your daily life. Black women got it mixed up. Y'all trying to be the man's boss instead of being the queen and the feminine energy because y'all don't know how to lay back
Mm,
and sit in your position.
damn. Straight and to the point. Straight and to the point. Let's go to the scriptures. All right, because that's what we are supposed to do. This is our guidebook. All right. This is this is what we're supposed to do, and we have to go back to the fall. Now it says, now the serpent was more subtle. Let's check out that word. Than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. All right. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. Now, the thing is, the Christian church would teach you that this was an apple, that this, and you see it said nothing there about a fucking apple, all right, or some other kind of fruit, all right, it just says fruit. But you have to understand there's a lot of, when you read the scriptures, all right, there's a lot of dark sayings and things of that nature, uh, allegory. Uh, the thing is, this is philosophy, doctrines, and such. All right. When you associate it with that, it's easier to understand what's going on here and how it connects to today. And the reason I brought up this feminism, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's a philosophy. And guess who jumped on that bandwagon? And ever since then, everything has been fucked up. All right. And this is analogous to this. That's why I went back to this. All right. Oh, so we have to get these other scriptures. All right. Let's see. So we have to go all the way down. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Salaki. All right. Yeah, we got to go to the Apocrypha. All right, here we go. All right. Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin. That's why I went back to Genesis 3rd chapter. And through her, we all die. What did Adam do? Now, I could bring up a Sam Kinison joke, but I'm not going to say that. You know, the late Sam Kinison. But I'm not going to do that because it's not funny. All right? But because of what the woman has, the man usually follows. All right? That's just the way things are. That's why you have to be careful dealing with people, because if you say the wrong thing to a woman, what she's going to do? She's going to get some stupid, low self-esteem man, all right, to try to do her bidding, and most likely he will, all right? But this ties all the way back, all right? That's why, again, I did this. So, here we are. What did they do? Let's go get some history on this feminism, this feminizing bullshit. It goes way back, all right? We've been dealing with this since Genesis, all right? Feminism is a range of socio-political movements and ideologies that aim to define and establish the political, economic, personal, and social equality of the sexes. And there is no such thing. Again, let's refer back to the scriptures. And you're going to have some people, why you keep going back to the scriptures? Where are the scriptures? Because this is our book. This is supposed to be our Constitution. All right. This represents a covenant, an agreement that we made with the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, by the way. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. And you're wondering why we're so fucked up as a people. It's because we broke that contract. All right. So, let's see. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 11. Start at the top. All right. It talks about head coverings, but it's more to it. And this is Paul, the Apostle Paul. All right. It says, now I pray, I'm going to start at 2. I'll start at the top. It says, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach Yahushua. Of course, this is again the Apostle Paul. 2, now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you. 3, here's my point. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach Yahushua is the Most High Yahweh. So there's this hierarchy. And in this hierarchy, things work the best. In fact, they are amazing. All right. But what did the so-called white man, all right, the Edomite, the one that's even hated of the Most High, what did he do? He weaponized this shit specifically against our people. After all, who are the ones that are most to suffer under this shit? They even funded a movement in these later years called the Black Lives Matter, which is just a smokescreen for the LGBTQ. Don't believe me? Who does George Soros, who funded this, who has he established over it? 3 homosexual women, 3 lesbians. Why? Are you that dense that you can't see what's going on? And a lot of our people, unfortunately, are. So they marching up and down the streets with these things, all right, that their sole agenda is to do away with the patriarchy. That was in their charter. They removed that. In case you didn't know, look it up. Should still be on the internet. Yeah, letting you know that was an agenda. They had nefarious intentions behind that. Feminism holds the position that societies prioritize the male point of view and that women are treated unjustly in these societies. Again, this is order. That's why I went back to 1 Corinthians 11th chapter. There's an order. All right. So what did this jackass, these so-called Edomite, well, not so-called, these so-called white men, that's what I intended to say. All right, because nobody's white and nobody's black. But what did they do? In order to keep shit, all right, tension between us, what did they do? They introduced shit like this. And the thing is, you have to understand, yes, blame goes to you black women because they can try to give you anything, all right? But it's up to you whether or not you decide to take it. And you took it. Boy, did you take it. You jumped on that bandwagon. You said, fuck everything else. All right, to the point where everything now, all right, is fucked up because it's centered around you and it doesn't work. As you see, it doesn't work. All right? The problems, the majority of the problems we have in our community is a result of what you did. All right? The men, the way they're acting, well, you said you could raise them all by yourself. You can be the father and the mother. All right? And look at your fruits. Look at the fruit of your decision. All right? Or the fruits. All right? You know, you could play with that any way you want to. But anyway, efforts to change this include fighting against gender stereotypes and improving educational, professional, and interpersonal opportunities and outcomes for women. You ever wonder why, when it comes to the elites of the so-called white man, you don't see women in these high positions? Have you ever wondered? Because they don't play this shit. Letting you know, again, this is an agenda. This is part of an agenda to destabilize a particular group of people. And it worked. But now, when we take inventory of really what's happening on, you know, this shit is backfiring on them, as was foretold. When you go to Deuteronomy 30:7, and you go to Jeremiah 30:16, all right? Deuteronomy tells you that, hey, these curses that were on us are going to be transferred to the people that hate us. And Jeremiah is going to, those that devoured us will be devoured, you know? So, hey, it's a beautiful time to be alive because this shit is backfiring. Feminist movements have campaigned and continue to campaign for women's rights, including the right to vote, run for public office, work, earn equal pay, own property, receive education, enter contracts, have equal rights within marriage, and maternity leave. First and foremost, you have to understand the only reason the women are working, that was a ploy from the elites, you know, because these are some covetous, as it describes these people in the scriptures. These are some covetous individuals, all right? This is about money. Now I can, instead of taxing 50% of the people, now I can tax 100%. That's all it was. But you got it in your head that, you know, well, it's because of my hard work. And no. You will never be equal to a man. There are things that you are good at as a woman, all right? And that's your role, all right? That's what you were created to do. And the opposite is true. With the man, you know, there are things that we're best suited to, but as you saw in that video that I played, she got it right. You're trying to, all right, cross the line here, overstep your bounds, and you don't realize how out of control that you are. And it's all a result of you listening to these doctrines and these philosophies of our enemy. All right? So it goes into sexual harassment, domestic violence, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna skip down here. I'll put the link to this if you want to read it, terminology, and then we go back to the history of this shit. All right. It says Mary Wollstonecraft is seen by many as a founder of feminism due to her 1792 book entitled A Vindication of the Rights of Woman, in which she argues for women's education. Charles Fourier, a utopian socialist, oh boy, and French philosopher, is credited. See, Edom, so-called white people of the nation of Edom, our mortal enemy because they are trying to kill us. That's a mortal enemy. And have you forgot Genesis? Well, you need to go back to Genesis 25 and find out who you're dealing with. And when you understand that, you can associate it. You can go further back. But for now, Genesis 25, when it talks about Jacob and Esau being born to Isaac and Rebekah. All right, when you read that, then you understand the issue with the birthright. And then you skip over to 27, and you understand about what people argue as Jacob stealing Esau's blessing. No, he didn't. And then you get start around 38 through 41, and you understand why I said, because he made what? He said, after my father Jacob passes on, I'm sorry, I'm confusing the two. Isaac, as he passes on, he said, then I'll kill my brother Jacob. And he's been trying to do that ever since. All right. Oh, got it twisted there. All right. So, yeah. And his blessing, of course, being the sword in that, which is he was given and which he uses. And that's how he would get the things that he would get in this world, through the sword. And that's, not that he's running around with a sword. Actually, it's just parabolic speak. It's for his weapons of war. He is an expert in. Everybody has to go to him, if you haven't noticed. All right, who has the best weapons and always has. It's been him. That's his blessing. Can't argue with that. If you do, you're an idiot. All right, look it up for yourself. All right, anyway, that's not the way you're going to beat him, by the way. I mean, no one's telling you not to defend yourself, but our blessing is on the spiritual side. All right, anyway, continuing on, it says these phrases he coined. I'm going to skip over that. Then you go to the Netherlands, Great Britain in the 1890s, and the United States in 1910. All right. The Oxford English Dictionary dates the first appearance in English in this meaning back to 1895. And I had read somewhere in the years ago that this time period is when the so-called black woman actually got into the so-called feminism movement. And around 30 years later, or up until 30 years after that, with the women's suffrage and all that, she was involved in. And who was that? What was her name? She reported on the lynchings and stuff in the early part of the 20th century. What was her name? Oh my goodness. She was a Jake. But she was heavily into this. I can't remember her name now, Salakia. Anyway, depending on the historical moment, culture, and country, feminists around the world have had different causes and goals. All right, most Western feminists, historians contend that all movements working to obtain women's rights should be considered feminist movements. And they'd be right. Now, of course, we have some, like I said, if you want to read all this, there's a whole lot of, history here. The third feminist wave, all right, and I think, well, no, let's see. You know where I'm going with this. For those of you that, she was not an agent, but, she was on the contract with them, and I'm talking about, if they get it here, let's see. What was her name? Gloria Steinem. And I'm trying to find that infamous picture. Let's see if they have it here before I go somewhere else. Oh, and guess what evolved? I just passed it. Guess what evolved out of this? You see, They got you in this transgender. See what I remember I said earlier about the BLM being a smokescreen? See? Third wave feminists tend to view the struggle of trans rights as an integral part of intersectional feminism. And now they're sorry for saying that, because with all these, with them giving them all these rights, and they now can participate in women's sports, and they're beating the hell out of these women. Oh, now we got a problem. But see, it shows you that it was an agenda. They didn't intend for it to go that far. Mainly, it was just to fuck with us. That's why I read those two scriptures, one in Deuteronomy and the other in Jeremiah. This is all confusion at the end of the day. Fucking confusion, and it backfired. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to go, let's see, get another, let's see, Gloria. Show you this whole, Gloria. Let's see, Steinem. Let me see if I can, damn it. Let's see if, I know I fucked it up, but let's see. Okay, it came up. Oh, E, okay. Let's see if we can get that famous or infamous picture. That's that hole right there. For you people that jumped on that bandwagon, she's working for the CIA. That, what was it, Miss Magazine? Let's see. Activism, let's see. Do they have that picture here with that Jake that was posing with her? Come on, man. Involvement in political campaigns. All right. This is the era. Let's see if they got the picture. Oh, shit. Come on now. See, you didn't believe me. CIA ties and leader of independent research. All right. Shit, they don't have it. Miss Magazine. What's on the cover? What's this cover here? Kali. The fuck? A pagan deity. Man, let's see. I can't. I'm looking for it, and then oh shit. Trans exclusive feminist. Here she is in later years. This is June of this year, what remains of this year. Gloria Steinem says white replacement fears at heart of abortion bans. Let's see. Maybe it's in this one, Gloria Steinem Women's History Museum. No, I'm not signing up. Come on, I just want the picture. All right, let's see, Stacey Abrams, okay. Come on now. Nope. Let's see if it's here. Why is it so hard to find this picture? Let's see. There's the reenactment. I want the real thing. All right. Dorothy Pittman Hughes, that was her name. The sellout. In pop culture, let's see. Fuck. This is crazy. Gloria Steinem and Dorothy Pittman Hughes. There it is. There it is. That's what I was looking for, people. Now you realize that. All right. Why? What did this have to do with us? This was the white woman mad at her man and wanted more of the pie. And You had to jump in. For what? And now look at our people as a direct result of this. Goddamn shame. And a lot of them to this day don't see it as such, you know. But like I said, all this has backfired on them. All right, so now they're, what can we do? They're trying to double down and say, well, they're playing the same old, political game, crime. It's not like one thing doesn't affect another. Our people are continuing and will continue to get the short end of the stick because these are like I said, our mortal enemies, and they should be treated as such. But you got that two-third faction out there, all right? And the scriptures, Zechariah 13:8 is there for a reason. They're never going to get it. They're going to have to be done away with. They'll get it on the other side, all right? But in the meantime, there's a reason Daniel 12:1 is there also. And you're starting to see these things come to pass. Now there's a money thing that's come to pass. The CBDC, central bank digital currency, all right, is starting up. All right, I hear they pushed the national ID back a couple of years. It's supposed to take effect in this March, next 3 months here, but they pushed it back to 2025 supposedly. That's what I heard. I don't know. So we'll see. But in any case, that's going to be it here. This is again, I'm going to put the link to this video right here, the one we just watched. Hold on. It did it to me. Black women want to be the man. I'll put this link in the description box. It's a good video. Might have to say it. They might delete it. Hey, so with that, until the next video, Shalom.